Hi everyone, my name is Joanne Brady and I work for EY, and I've recently been through the Stride programme, and I'm here today to share my experiences of that. When I was asked to come and speak today, I was thinking about what will I share, what will I talk about, how much of my personal life will I share, and really kind of following on from what Deborah said, I think it's important for me to be my whole self so that you can understand how I've got to where I am today and what brought me to Stride. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my personal journey, and I'll tell you the short story, so don't worry, we will be on time. And you may have guessed from my accent that I'm not from Manchester. So I relocated from Dublin nearly 3 years ago now with my family, and what brought us to that is my partner and I, who lived in Dublin. We were affected by the recession, as many people were in Ireland. And my partner is an electrician, so back in 2009, we had my son Ryan, who's now 6, and he was made redundant from his job as an electrician. So that was fine. We thought, okay, well, he can stay at home, and he did. And we thought, well, we'll wait until the next year and see what happens. So after, a year, another year, and another year, and another baby, and we had our little girl Kim, who's now 3, we thought about, he really thought about, what's next for us, what do we want to do? Is it time for us to really make a move and go on to another challenge? Because he really felt ready to go back to work. And that's where we made the decision to move to the UK. So I reached out to my networks in the UK through EY, and they were very supportive and helped me to relocate to the UK. And myself and Keith, he found work and he was really happy. He was delighted to be able to get back into the working environment. And for us as a family, it was a very challenging time just to kind of get used to that, him back to work, finding childcare, all of the different challenges, me being in a new work environment where I'd worked for 6 years in the Dublin office. I obviously had a lot of, I built up a reputation and a lot of networks there. So I really thought about, okay, this is going to be a challenge, but this is a great opportunity, and anybody that works in EY in the UK will be able to share as well that there are so many opportunities, and I just took as many of those opportunities that came along. I really worked hard to build relationships and build my reputation. And as part of that, that's where I came to having Sally as my mentor, who you'll get to meet later on. And we talked about what's next for me. And as part of me reaching out for opportunities, I stepped up into my previous manager's role and took on her role as she moved into a secondment position. When she moved into that secondment position, it was a fantastic opportunity for me. I got the opportunity to work at a level above me for a period of time, which was great. But after 6 months and 7 months and 8 months of continuously waiting for that recognition to be made permanent, that wasn't happening because my career was dependent on somebody else's career, and that was a real struggle for me to really think about what's next. And that's where Stride comes in, and my journey began with Stride when Sally put me forward to be sponsored for the Stride programme. In Stride, I'll share a couple of the key takeaways that I found from Stride, and there are many, many takeaways, and I think one of the biggest things for me has been the structure of the course. So there is the real, the 3 days are there, you know exactly what you're going to get, but it's about having that group dynamic, but also that added value of having that one-to-one opportunity. So there were, every day when we would get together, the facilitators would check in with us and see, is there anything that's not on here that you want to cover? Let's talk about it. If we don't cover it, we'll bring it on to the next session, or talk on a one-to-one basis with the opportunity with one of the facilitators, which was amazing. I took away from that a lot of the toolkits that Deborah spoke about, real skills that have helped me to, since being on Stride, be promoted, have courageous conversations, and really just be brave in my decision making. And part of that has been from the reflection that Stride allows you to have. So it's a really safe environment to be able to take the time to look back at all of what you have achieved. And I think what happens is that a lot of the time we're so busy thinking forward and thinking what's next, because we're all ambitious, we all want to move on to the next thing, but we don't actually realise all of the things that we've achieved, all of the amazing challenges that we've been through. And by taking the time to actually look at that, it made me braver and it made me a stronger person to be able to say, wow, if I've done that, I can do anything. And I think everybody needs to really embrace that and really recognise that each of us as individuals are have already done so much, and that just means that Stride then also gives you that the tools, but also the networks, the group itself, the people, the facilitators, the cohort that you work with. We're also brave in sharing our stories, anything that you've been through. Somebody's probably been through it or is going through a similar situation, so you can really share and understand and help move each other forward. It's about women just coming together to look forward for yourself as an individual, but also just as women in general. All of us were, so encouraging and wanting the best for each of us. That has been an amazing experience for me. Off the back of that, when we did finish our Stride course, we decided that we didn't want Stride to end. We weren't ready to leave. We were all very, very connected to Stride and each other. And on the back of that, we created an action learning group where we've met on 2 occasions now, which has been really fantastic. We've took time to look back at what we've achieved, what did the programme bring to us, what did each of us as individuals achieve, and how can we help each other continue to move forward in our careers and just in general in our personal development. Obviously there's been networking, there's been karaoke events as well, so it's there is the social side of it as well. And you'll see if you're on the Yammer group, we post up inspirational quotes and messages and links, so I definitely encourage everybody to use that opportunity to network with your own cohort, and also to broaden your network, to link in with people that may have already been on the programme or will be going on the programme in the future. So on that note, I would just encourage everybody to reach out if you're thinking about going on the programme. Go for it, you won't regret it. It's a life-changing experience. It's been amazing for me, and happy to talk to anybody, as I'm sure the rest of my cohort and those going through it will be, to just share our own personal experiences. And thank you for the opportunity.